to our home here in Brittany in northwest France. If you are here for the very first time, my name is Jane and I live here with my husband Michael, who is behind the camera. Welcome to Frugal Food on Friday, where every Friday I share with you simplified, reduced cost versions of really family friendly meals. And today I'm going to be sharing with you how I make a sweet and spicy sausage casserole and how I make a reduced cost, simple to make Coq Au Vin. So here are our recipes. Here's my ingredients for my sausage hot pot. I have got 8 large sausages. I've cut each one into 4. 1 onion, 1 red pepper, 1 yellow pepper. 1 tin of tomatoes. I have 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. 1 chicken stock cube, 250 ml of water. My seasoning is brown sugar, 1 tablespoon. 1 teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of garlic granules, and a scant half teaspoon of chili powder. You can add more chili powder or more sugar or more cumin as suits you. You'll then need 1 tin of beans. This is 1 cupful of white beans. I've soaked them and cooked them. Now what makes it a hot pot is that scalloped potatoes go on top of this. So this is about 1 kilo of potatoes that I've cooked, and you can see here they are cooked but not soft. This will make a family size dinner. I'm not going to use this dish, there's only Mike and I, so this is going to make 4 portions for 2 people. But this is a family-sized meal. And what I will do first is I will brown the sausages and the onions. I've cooked my sausages, and the bit of fat that's left from the sausages, I'm now going to cook the peppers and onions. So my peppers, my onions are nicely cooked. I'm now simply going to add all my ingredients to the pan. My seasoning. In here I have my tomatoes and tomato puree. My stock. My beans. And I'll add my sausages back in. I'll give these a stir. I will add, looking at this now, 1 more stock cube and 1 more cup of water, and I'll let this cook for about another 20 minutes. I'll then test it to see if all the vegetables are cooked. Here is the assembled hot pot. Underneath here you can see I have the sausage casserole. I've arranged the potatoes on top. I will use a brush and brush oil over all of these. So it's kind of like having roast potatoes or fried potatoes on top. It's a really crispy thing to have. Then the other portion I have frozen. I will freeze just like that. And when I defrost it, I'll pop it in a dish like this. And just like this, I'll add some potatoes on top. That will all be crispy and golden. But for now, this will go in the fridge for later. These will go in the fridge for some spare roast potatoes, and that, when it's cool, with its lid on, will go in the freezer. Here is the finished sausage and bean hot pot with nice crispy roasty potatoes on top and the sausage and bean casserole underneath. We're going to have this with cauliflower and peas. And there is the finished dinner. Sausage and bean hot pot with vegetables. Okay, here is my recipe for oh so thrifty Coq Au Vin. Traditionally with Coq Au Vin you would get yourself a very big chicken and you would cut that into all the different joints, the legs, the thigh, the breast. You would use the carcass to make the chicken stock. It's a very good use of a whole chicken. But a whole chicken here in France, believe it or not, can be around €15, whereas chicken breast or chicken tenders, I think you call that in America, these chicken breasts, there's two there, cost €1 each. Let's go through my ingredients. I have 2 chicken breasts. You could also use boneless thighs. I have 350 grams, which is about 1 pound of chicken. This is fatty bacon. Again, this here is about 300 grams, round about a pound of bacon. I have 1 large stick of celery, finely chopped. You could use celery salt if you don't have celery. 1 large onion. I've used 250 grams and this is a tin of mushrooms. In here I have garlic granules. I do not using a bouquet garni. I've got a tablespoon of Provençal herbs and a teaspoon of pepper. I'm not adding salt because there's salt in the bacon. I then have 300 ml of chicken stock, which is just a stock cube and water, and 300 ml of red wine. 300 ml is about 1 cup and 1/3. Now, I buy this wine for cooking. It is perfectly drinkable. It is a good wine. It's £1.85 a bottle. So it's not expensive at all. It's about £1.50 in UK prices. We may or may not drink this, and if we don't, put it in ice cube trays, freeze it, and then put the ice cubes, the wine ice cubes, in a plastic bag and pop it in the freezer. Same with the tomato puree. I only need 2 teaspoons of this, and to be honest, afterwards I just pop the whole tin wrapped in a bag in the fridge and use it later. If I don't use it, if I'm not going to use it in 2 days, I'll just scoop it out, put it in the plastic bag and freeze it. So there's the ingredients, and this is enough for 4 people. First of all, I'm going to brown off the bacon, the onions and the celery to cook them through. I don't add the chicken straight away because it can go a bit tough if it's overcooked. I'll add the chicken once this is cooked through. So I've cooked the celery, the onions and the bacon. I'm just going to add the chicken. I'll lightly cook that. I'm not going to totally brown it. Again, as I said, chicken breast can be a bit tough if you do that, so I will lightly cook that. I'm now going to add all my other ingredients. My seasoning, my mushrooms, my stock with my tomato puree, and finally my wine. I shall give that a stir and let that gently cook for about 20 to 30 minutes. To thicken the gravy in the coq au vin, I took 1 heaped teaspoon of butter. I've melted that in the microwave. I have then added 1 teaspoon of corn flour. I think Americans would call that cornstarch, but any white flour will do. I'll then add this to the coq au vin, and this will thicken the gravy as I stir it and give it a lovely, rich, glossy gravy. Here are the finished dinners of 4 coq au vins, and substantial dinners they are too. So let's work it out. I have 2 euros of chicken, 1 euro of bacon, 1 euro of mushrooms, and the other ingredients all told probably came to another 2 euros. So we're up to 6 euros altogether. Each meal of coq au vin, creamy mashed potatoes, carrots, peas and cauliflower came to €1.50 per person. So we will have a meal each for tonight. 2 will go in the fridge and we will have ding cuisine tomorrow night. Well, those are 2 massive family favourites in our house. And as you can see with one of those, especially the coq au vin, we eat it 2 days in a row, which is fine with us. It may not be fine with everybody. And you can, with both of those, freeze them or refrigerate them to eat them on another day. I hope that that was helpful and useful. Now I want to hear from you because I love it when I get your comments. Leave a comment below. What is something that you would think of as expensive that you would like to see me cook and make it a frugal meal, to make it an affordable meal? So let's hear from you on that one. Just leaves me to say, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I will see you again very soon. Goodbye for now.